Hey guys, and welcome back to Mad About Skin. If you're new to our channel, welcome. Here at Mad About Skin, we're passionate about helping you to get the most out of your skincare. So if you haven't already, now's a fantastic time to click that link below, subscribe to the channel, ring that notification bell, and you won't miss out on any of our amazing future content. Today, we are talking all about lips, how to perfect that pout and avoid that winter, dry, cracked lip situation that we all hate and just is not a great look. I'm going to be giving you 5 hot hacks to get the most from the lip products that you use and to just increase the levels of hydration in the lip area. This is part of a hack series that I'm doing on the channel. I've covered how to get the most from your hydrators and from your moisturizers. I'll leave a link to that video there because you might want to check that one out as well. But today the focus is on our pout and how we can get some hydration back into our lives when I think one of the #1 skin complaints and issues, particularly in the winter months, is that dry, cracked, inflamed, red skin that we get around the lips and on the lips themselves. So keep watching if you want some easy hacks to solve the problem. It's worth noting before we start that the skin on the lips is some of the most delicate on our face. It also doesn't have sebaceous glands the same way that we do on the rest of our face, so it doesn't produce natural oils to hydrate the skin. This means it's so important to be using the right products on your lips, and so often the most popular and the heavily marketed lip products have totally the wrong ingredients in, which might actually be making the situation worse. So if you find that your lip balm is doing nothing for you in the long term, and actually you find that you're applying more and more of it just to get the same level of hydration, it's probably not the one for you. So I'll be bringing you my top picks for the best lip products towards the end of the video, so stay watching for that. Now, let's get straight into it and talk about the 5 hacks you need in your life to tackle dry lips. #1 has to be check the ingredients on the product that you're currently using. So a lot of people like that sensation of that tingle and that cooling effect that we get when we first apply our lip balm. That is created through using phenols, through using menthol, or from using camphor. They're like the 3 main ingredients that give that cooling and that instant relief. People love that because if you've got dry, irritated, chapped lips, it gives a beautiful cooling and you feel that instant relief. We all crave that, and companies are now manufacturing products with these ingredients in to deliver what we want. However, in the long term, studies have shown that camphor, menthol in particular, but also phenols as well, will create a drying effect on the lip. They actually remove moisture from the lip area. So you get that instant relief that we all crave, but down the line, you're going to be more cracked, more chapped, and redder than ever before. So just look on the back of your product that you're currently using, and if you see the words menthol, phenol, or camphor on that list, toss it in the bin, because it might be giving you instant relief, but you're creating a whole lot of problems down the line, and it's probably why it's not working to eradicate that dry lip situation in the long term. Tip #2 is to make your product work harder for you by applying it with a Q-tip or a cotton bud, whatever you call it, wherever you live in the world. These are fantastic products that if you apply your product with the Q-tip and roll it on the lip, put a little bit of pressure, push it onto the lip and roll it gently, you'll get a light exfoliation, but it'll also cause the area to warm up and for blood to go to the area, which means that any products that you're putting on the skin are just going to work that little bit harder, penetrate that little bit deeper, and give you that little bit extra hydration. It's a great hack when you're applying any products to delicate areas because it means you can be precise. It helps you to avoid getting some of the products on the outer areas. You know, people often say they use a rich product on the lip, but they end up with zits and acne around the lip because that then seeps, or you misapply it and it ends up going on the skin around the lip. Using a Q-tip gives you that light exfoliation. If you put a tiny amount of pressure on, it will warm up the area to get the blood flowing and the product to work harder, and it'll also give a more precise application so you don't end up with that acne situation here and on the upper lip. Nobody wants that, and a Q-tip could be your solution. Tip #3 is to say bye-bye to Vaseline. I know, and there's going to be the Vaseline fangirl group coming for me hard in the comments, I know, but just hear me out. So the #1 best-selling lip product in the world is Vaseline. People get the little tin, they apply it to their lips, and they think, great. It gives that instant hydration, and you just feel that your lips are soothed and moisturized, and you don't worry about it for the rest of the day. The problem is, A, we over apply it. People tend to be applying it 5-6 times a day. Not needed. And also, Vaseline doesn't really do much for the skin bar prevent transepidermal water loss. So it creates a barrier, which means you're not the hydration from the skin isn't evaporating into the atmosphere. That's great, but beyond that, it's not really doing much to nourish the skin or to actually put hydration back into the skin. So what you need to do is apply a quality lip product, and I'll give you some suggestions at the end of the video. And if you still feel that that's not doing enough, then you can put a layer of Vaseline twice a day, once in the morning, once in the evening, over the top of it. But Vaseline alone is not going to do the job. If you think, if Vaseline is my go-to, I love it, how dare you slag off Vaseline? Think to yourself, you're applying it 5 or 6 times a day. is it really tackling the problem? It's giving a short-term fix, but you're applying it time and time again, and in the long term, your lips are still as dry. It's not actually solving anything, it's just masking the problem. And that's the reason why I think Vaseline can be great as a topper for any other product you put on top, but as a standalone lip treatment, it's not doing anything for you. Tip number 5 is to focus on exfoliation. The exfoliation is great, whether it's on the skin, the lip, the body. When you've got that dry, peeling skin, you can't put your lipstick over it because it just balls and pills and looks awful. You don't really know what to do, so people reach for the lip scrub. These are like these harsh, abrasive, usually sugar-based lip scrubs that you scrub really hard. It makes your lips flush because it's causing damage, and they're just not a great product. They also, again, cause that problem along the vermilion border. The border of the lips ends up dry, cracked, and red because what you think is fine to use on the lip, you always inevitably end up getting on the rest of the face, and it's just not a great look. So toss away the scrub. Scrubs are bad for the face, they're equally as bad for the lip. And look at the other ways you can exfoliate. So I mentioned before about rubbing that Q-tip when you're putting the product. That will give a very light exfoliation. If you need more than that, then you can reach for the right chemical exfoliation. Now, this is crucial, the right chemical exfoliation. So you don't want to be using something like a glycolic acid because that's just going to strip and dry the skin. But using something that's hydrated like a low strength lactic acid or a very low strength mandelic acid, super gentle, will add hydration back into the area rather than stripping it, and will over time give you that gradual exfoliation. Much more effective than a scrub, but you need to make sure that you're using the right concentration and the right product. I did a whole video on lactic acid, which I'll leave a link to up there, so check that out if you are interested. This is the one exception I would make because I always say to people, never put an active ingredient on your lips, you'll pay the price. If anyone out there, leave me a comment below if you've done this, has put a retinol on their lips, the next day they pay the price for it. So never use actives on your lips, with the exception of a very gentle, low-strength exfoliator, which can help to eradicate some of that dry skin cells, get that cellular turnover going, but not scrub or use too harsh an exfoliant. So that's bear in mind, but that is a fantastic way of using a product you probably already have in your skincare arsenal to up your exfoliation game and prevent some of that drying and cracking that you can get around the lip from using too invasive a scrub. Finally, and this is kind of the end of all skincare routines, and one that I fully endorse with whatever area of the skin you're looking to treat, and that is apply an SPF. So often we forget the lips. If you look at the rate of skin cancers globally, some of the areas where we're seeing the highest rate of skin cancers are on the eyelids, the tops of the ears. These are areas which you get quite a lot of sun exposure, and we always forget to apply an SPF. And the same goes for the lip. You need to protect the lip, A, from cancers, but also because the rays, if it's not protected, can just dry the skin out further. You don't need a specific lip SPF. They exist out there. They're usually in a factor 15 instead of a 30. Not sure why. You don't need one of those in your life. You can reach for one if you want one, but I would just take your normal SPF, which works for the rest of your face, and just put a light layer on the skin, on the lip, to give you that protection and lock in that protection for the rest of the day. My preference is usually a mineral sunscreen when it comes to the lip. They tend to be a bit more gentle, and you tend, especially if you've got cracking or irritation on the lip, they tend to be a little bit easier to apply. They don't sting, and they tend to be a little bit more forgiving when it comes to already damaged skin. So you might want to look to that, but take your SPF onto your lip because your skin will thank you for it, but also it'll just help prevent the rays from drying the area out even more. Now, finally, this is what we're all here for. Left it to the end of the video, which was a bit shady of me, but let's talk about the best lip products on the market. We've tossed out the menthol, we've got rid of the camphor and the phenols, Vaseline we've said goodbye to, and we need a product in our life that's actually going to work. You want a product which has things like glycerin in, you want humectants like honey is a fantastic natural humectant, which is great. You want things like waxes, oils, things that are really going to nourish and hydrate the skin. Give your lip what it can't naturally provide because it doesn't generate its own oils. So I've picked out my top 3 favourite lip products. These are gonna over time nourish and prevent future dryness. You use these, you'll find you need to use less of them as time goes by, which is just the opposite of what you're probably finding now, where the more you apply, the more you end up needing to apply down the line. So number 1 is the Nuxe Reve. I'm not actually sure how you pronounce that. My French, not the best. And that is their Reve de Miel, so honey based. Again, apologies for that pronunciation, but I'll leave an image of it there so you can actually see what it is. Lip balm. The number 1 ingredient in this is honey, which is a fantastic antimicrobial, which is great, especially if you've already got damage to the skin. You don't want the bacteria getting in there and causing other issues. It's also got super hydrating qualities such as oils and glycerin. This is a beautiful, beautiful product. The only thing I would say about this that is a little bit of a drawback is it does have lemon oil in here as well. That's fine for most people, but if you're sensitive to essential oils, this one might be one that you want to give a mist to, but this is a hydration powerhouse. You use this twice a day, your lips will be cured of that cracked, dry skin within about 2 or 3 days. An absolute fantastic product. Also looks great, looks bougie on the countertop. I've left a link to it below if you want to check it out some more, look at the ingredients and read the reviews. Also, if you want to make a purchase, I've left a link to all of these products below so you can check them out. Number 2 on my recommended list is from Drunk Elephant. Now, a lot of you might gasp, I do not like Drunk Elephant as a brand. I think they're a bit shady with their customer service and stuff, but I will call out a good product when I see a good product. In fact, I called some of these out in some of the Drunk Elephant products I do actually like in a video I did on brands I hate with products I love. I'll leave a link to that below if you do want to check that out. But their lip balm is amazing. The reason I love this is it's got oleic acid in there, which is super hydrating. It's also got some great waxes, which are emollient and also going to seal in the moisture, so you don't need a Vaseline on top. This is going to provide so much hydration. It's on fragrance, which is fantastic, because again, if you're worried about fragrance and some sensitivity that it can bring, this could be a great option for you. It's reasonably priced for Drunk Elephant. It's £15, but you'll find it one will probably last you all winter, so you're not reapplying it too often because it's that hydrating. I just think it's a really nice, well formulated product. This is one of the exceptions where I would say look to Drunk Elephant. I rarely say that on this channel, but this is a fantastic product. Finally, and I've saved the best to last, this is a product which I would genuinely say you should get in your life. I've got about 3. I usually have one in the bathroom, one in the car. I love, love, love this product. And it's by Frank Body, a fantastic Australian, I think they're Australian skincare company. Fragrance-free and also cruelty-free, which is super important. You know, if you're looking for a cruelty-free alternative to some of the products that are on the market, Frank Body has some great options. This is their lip balm, and oh, this is gorgeous. It's got waxes, it's got oils in there, it's got lanolin in there, which is going to be super hydrating. All of the ingredients in here are body compatible, so it's not going to cause any irritation or any sensitivity. Again, I would always patch test every product before you use it, because anybody can be sensitive to any ingredient, however natural, so patch test it before. But beautiful, beautiful formulation. This you apply twice a day, your lips will be hydrated, snatched, and your pout will be perfected within about 2 or 3 days. Honestly, this is a go-to for anyone suffering from dry lips. It's super affordable, you know, again, £8 here in the UK, $10 in the US. That's not bad for a product which will last quite a long time, because often people say, that's more expensive than what I'm paying now. Yeah, but if you're applying it 6 times a day, you're using up more product. So actually, in terms of the number of applications and how often you need to use it, this is a really affordable product. I love, love, love Frank Body, and I would honestly beg you to try this out. If you've tried everything and nothing has worked in your life, try this out, because your lips will thank you for it. There you are, guys. These are my top hacks for how to get the most from your pout and tackle that dehydrated, chapped, you know, awful winter skin that we seem to see around our lips and on the lips itself. Leave me a comment below what are your go-to products and if you'll be trying any of these out. And wherever you are in the world, guys, stay safe, stay well, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.